The holiday of Chanukah is synonymous with chinuch, education. After all, they share the same word, lechanech, to educate. What is it about Chanukah that lends itself to education, and what's the message that we should reflect on? I recently heard a beautiful idea from Rabbi Wallerstein, a well-known speaker, in which he suggests in the Al Hanisim Tefillah, we recognize that the goal of the Greeks was lahashkicham Torasecha, to cause us to forget Torah. It's interesting, where Wallerstein points out, that the goal wasn't to stop us from learning Torah, but rather the goal was lahashkicham, to cause us to forget Torah. What's the difference between preventing us from learning and causing us to forget Torah? Now, Wallerstein suggests that the Greeks valued education. They valued math, history, philosophy. They valued learning. However, those were subjects. They didn't have to integrate in our lives. There didn't have to be a love of what we were learning. There simply had to be a knowledge base. And the Greeks wanted us to appreciate Torah in the same way. Torah should be no different from math and history and science. We should study it. We should learn it. We could know it. But lashkicham Torasecha was to forget Torah because we wouldn't chazer it. We wouldn't incorporate it into our daily life. That's what the Greeks wanted us to do. If so, what Chanukah is really supposed to be for us is to appreciate an avas Torah, to appreciate a love of learning, to appreciate what it means to integrate Torah into our lives, to appreciate what it means for Torah to be a part of us, unique and separate from everything else that we learn in our day-to-day educational experience. When I think back and remember my yeshiva experience in Mavaseret, I think about the avas Torah. I think about the opportunity that the yeshiva provided for us to learn all day, to immerse ourselves not only in a base medrash, not only in learning, but in loving Torah, in living Torah. Our Rebbeim inculcated those values in us, and that still motivates and drives us to this day. That's the message of Chanukah, to appreciate that Torah is a part of who we are. As we light the menorah every night, we see the beautiful Chanukah light. We see the oro shel ha-menorah. We see the light. And the light is supposed to remind us of that beautiful spark, that the Torah is compared to ore. Torah is compared to light because it's to light up our lives. It's to be a guide light. It's to show us how we are to live our lives. And therefore, again, as we appreciate Chanukah, we don't only appreciate the opportunity to light the menorah, but we appreciate the opportunity that we have every day to set aside time to learn. And we appreciate how that time is the most important time of our day, even if it's not quantitatively the biggest time of our day, but it's of course the most important part of our day. And we thank Mavaseret for putting us along this path. And God willing, over Chanukah, we remind ourselves of the avas Torah, we remind ourselves that we defeated the Greeks, and the way in which we demonstrate that defeat of the Greeks is by reminding ourselves how much we love the opportunity we have every day to set aside time to learn Torah. Wishing everyone a Chanukah Sameach.